Okay. Yes, Cruz, how you do? Today we're going to be talking about Kratom. That's right. Kratom, it's a green powder. Okay. Yes, Cruz, how you do's? Today we are going to be talking about Kratom. So, what is kratom? It is a green powder that tastes extremely bitter. Um, you mix it with hot water, or you can have it in capsule form. And I choose to make a tea with hot water, and I consume this very bitter, astringent tea liquid. And basically, it kind of works on the opioid receptors. So it stimulates the opioid receptors in the brain, and it kind of, I find it gives me energy. I find it doesn't kind of make me feel monged out like an opioid or like morphine. Well, actually, when I was in hospital, I had some morphine, and that was very stimulating for me. Strange. But yeah, when I had my bicep surgery done recently, which is when I've been taking this a lot actually, is post bicep surgery and a little bit before, quite a lot before. But basically, it works on the opioid receptors, and I find it to be quite stimulating. It gives me energy and enables me to focus. It also enables me to communicate a bit better and be a little bit more relaxed in kind of social situations sometimes. That really does depend on the dose. When I first started taking it, I was taking a small amount, like a teaspoon or something, half a teaspoon, and I didn't really feel that much effect on it of it. But then when I increased the dose, and I've got different varieties. There are white vine, which is the most stimulating. There's the green vine, which is kind of like quite stimulating but a little bit sedative, and then the red one is meant to be very relaxing. However, I personally find them all to be somewhat stimulating and to get me going and to like amp me up a little bit and give me a little bit of energy. So yeah, when you consume it, you about half an hour later, 20 minutes later, start to feel very hot, get a bit sweaty. You can have kind of prickly tingling sensations, and that means that you're having quite a lot, quite a big dose for you. And they come in different strengths. So yeah, maybe one time I had the normal portion of one that I usually have, but I had it of this Mountain King white kratom, which was considerably more pokey and potent than the green Malay that I was used to using. And I had the same amount, and I started to feel crazy. I was having hot flashes. I was sweating profusely. I felt extremely nauseous. My body wanted to get this substance out. I had a friend coming over, and I was in no state to talk to anyone. I could barely use my phone. I was feeling extremely sorry for myself. And I went upstairs, and I think I vomited into the toilet, and I had some diarrhea, and I was having stomach cramps, and I felt really rough. But this lasted for about half an hour. I've seen it on my girlfriend actually last for quite some time. She was a mess for like, I don't know, like 2 hours or something. Really, really bad. Just had a very low tolerance for it and had too much. And if you can have some of this stuff and get to a certain level of social engagement and enjoyment, but then you have too much and you get these overdose signs. You can't go chasing the high with this compound. It's kind of auto-regulating in some way. So yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, kind of a mild nootropic, a mild kind of social lubricant, but also yeah, it can get a bit crazy when you have too much. And when you don't have any and you've been used to it for a while, it doesn't feel very good either. You start to have some pretty negative feelings as well. So basically, I have used it pre-workout. I've mostly done this after I've had my bicep surgery to reattach the bicep tendon to the bone on my forearm. And yeah, I've used it post surgery and I found that it's given me a tremendous boost to my workouts. But that could be just avoiding the withdrawal symptoms, which include like muscle weakness, feelings of fatigue, and all that fun stuff. So maybe I'm just avoiding my come down by taking it, and that's giving me the power to do a good workout. Or maybe it's actually giving me some energy. Now, the only time I used it for a workout before I injured my arm was the day that I injured my arm. I was in a powerlifting competition and I was convinced that I was addicted to it, even though I went cold turkey as soon as I went in for the surgery, and that was fine. I was convinced that, oh, I'm addicted to it, and my mood was all over the place. I was feeling not stable, and I was dosing it in the morning before I went to the powerlifting competition, and I had a really big dose, like a giant superheat tablespoon, and I don't know how many grams that is, like 10 grams. I was having that like 3 times a day, so it's like 30 grams a day. I don't know how much like I was taking. I need to weigh it to quantify. However, on this morning I took a big dose, and then I went to the powerlifting competition. I was meant to be squatting 310 kilos as my last lift, but I went for 300, just playing it safe, because I wasn't feeling that good, to be honest with you. So I just kept it to 300, and yeah, basically I didn't make the 300 at all, and I was meant to be going for 310. I was easily doing 300 in practice, no problem. Hit 307.5 in the gym, no problem, like good lifts, and then couldn't even do 300 in competition. The bench press, I redosed before the bench press, like an idiot, and had another massive dose of Kratom. And yeah, the bench press, I'm meant to be doing 170. And so 150, the opening rep, no problem, that's all good. Then it was like 160. I always get 160 now, no problem. It was stuck. The weight was stuck. It just wouldn't move. And then I'm like, what is going on? Why am I not hitting this? I always hit it. And then I had another go at 160. No, couldn't do it. So at this point, I'm thinking this Kratom is very much negatively affecting my maximal power output in this workout. I just wasn't able to like turn on the nerves to activate the muscles. I don't know what it was, but it was not good. So then I was doing the deadlift, and I did not redose before the deadlift, and the weights were starting to fly up. It was starting to go. It was starting to go real good. And on my third lift, which is 272 kilos, I went for a conservative final lift because I'd done so poorly in all of the other events on the day, that I was just like, let's just do something I know I can do, no problems. And the weight was flying up, and bam, I busted my bicep. And I still won the competition, so it's okay. But yeah, that is my experience of doing a real serious competition heavy workout on Kratom, which was very much subpar, and could have been improved. Maybe if I just had half the amount, a quarter of the amount, maybe that would have been a perfect amount for me to really be pushing hard. I don't know. We'll find out. Currently, with my arm, rehabbing my arm, taking Kratom before the workout seems to be doing me pretty good, though. Yeah, today I hit the full stack on the leg press, 24 reps, a few sets of that, and yeah, it's very good. So lots of people complain about Kratom negatively affecting their sex drive and their sexual desire. And there's some mechanisms by which opiates, they can downregulate signals from the pituitary to the testes, stimulating the production of testosterone. And this is a good mechanism of action for reducing its sex drive. However, I don't know, I feel different. It makes me horny as hell. I love taking Kratom before I get down to it. It's great. I really like it for that purpose. And Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be doing it very well for me. However, more recently, I have been not feeling great when I've been taking it. I've been having a bad stomach from taking it too much. I've been having a bad stomach from withdrawals from it, and yeah, I've actually started using HCG to stimulate the testes, and that seems to be resolving any kind of mental instability that I'm having, kind of a negative view on the world and this type of stuff. It seems to be fixing it. I don't know if that could be related to the kratom, but my testes were turned off before anyway, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe it could be a side effect of the dutasteride that I was using, but anyway. So I find it works as an aphrodisiac. Most people find that it doesn't, I think, and yeah, that's weird. And HCG, along with kratom, seems to be very good. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is addiction. I I am now currently experiencing withdrawals when I don't take this for a period of time. In the hospital, I was taking it for like a month beforehand before I injured myself. And then I went cold turkey in the hospital. And that was no problem whatsoever. But I was on this kind of weird buzz after I injured my arm. It was strange. I was just on some like weird injury adrenaline high, and it felt pretty good. I was really focused actually during that time, and felt really confident. It's really strange, and yeah. So I don't know if that's a fair assessment of how stopping kratom feels, because since then I was taking more and more and more of it post surgery, because it stimulates the opiate receptors like other opiates that are painkillers, and so people take it as an alternative to more serious pharmaceutical painkillers that they don't want to get addicted to. People use kratom to come off opiates. However, I'm finding that I am getting pretty significant withdrawals when I stop taking it. I feel like quite negative. I've got a negative outlook on the world. I feel listless, like just low energy. I mean, that's enough right there. Like, I don't know if I think it's my sex drive suffers when I stop taking it as well. So, and you get a runny nose. I've been getting like stomach cramps when I stop taking it, hot flashes, just like weird physical symptoms. And I don't know how long they last for, but I've managed to significantly reduce my dose. Like, I'm taking about maybe like, I don't know, like a fifth of what I was taking before, maybe less, maybe an eighth or something like that. So I've managed to reduce the dose, but I'm still dosing like 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm trying to get those doses as close together as possible, so I actually have some time without this stimulating my neurotransmitters, and my brain has to go, what's going on, and produce its own neurotransmitters to kind of replace it or upregulate the receptors or do something to like sort me out and get me more level. So yeah, that is currently my kind of kratom addiction cycle that has been ongoing for a little bit. And yeah, I am looking to reduce this stuff and get off it. It's just yeah, kind of having a few sucky days or weeks basically of feeling like shit basically. So hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully I can get it back to feeling like it was when I just stopped cold turkey in hospital. And yeah, that's that. So all of you, I hope that you take your kratom responsibly. Don't take it too many times in a week, maybe like 2 or 3 times. I think you won't have any problems with it. But, you know, definitely if you take it 1 time a week, you're fine. You can take a big dose 1 time a week. You're not going to have any issues if you keep to those type of regularities. The more frequently you have it, especially having it multiple times a day, you are creating problems for yourself. And yeah, when the lows start to outweigh the highs, you know it's time to quit. So I hope you find this useful. And for all you're out there having the kratom, just do it safe. So till next time, I'll catch you later. Peace.